Yes, this is Freemont Tibbets again with his part two of the flying over the western mountains here, showing you about the windmills. And I'm with Phil again, and Phil Zink, that is. We took off from Rumford again this morning, and it was a little foggy down there, down in Rumford here, so we had to wait till we fog lifted a little bit. And I've been flying along a little ways here now, and what you see off to the left here now is that right there is mostly McGundick Lake right there. That's off to my left. I'm just started here because I didn't start that my video going here on my camera until I got up this far, because I am going to be going clear to Kibbe Mountain, as I told you before on part one on my movie that I'm going to be making out of these two hour-long videos here of should we keep or destroy our beautiful mountains here in this great state of Maine for wind power, windmills, and I do believe we've got better technology than that to supply our power, and I'm sure the smart people will start coming to here pretty quick. Okay, I'll be quiet here now a little bit here and just try to tell you what's going on here. It ain't quite as clear a day as it was, especially right around here by the lakes here. It's a little on the hazy side, but it will be sharpening up as we get up there towards Kibbe Mountain, and it will start clearing up when we get up where you can see Flagstaff Lake there in Stratton. That's the Bigelow Range right there. Sugarloaf is just to the right there, Sugarloaf ski area, but I didn't swing the camera back far enough to pick that up. There's going to be quite a little adventure on this trip here. We fly over a lot of woods here in the state of Maine, I'm telling you, with this little small plane. But like I said before, Phil knows what he's doing. I helped him gas this thing up down at the airport before we took off this morning. He has tanks in both wings here. We filled them right up full because we're going to be going quite a ways here. And then it was cold this morning a little bit down there too, and he had to check the water in each one of his gas tanks, make sure if we did run into a little cold air up here in the mountains, it wouldn't be nothing free. Okay, and there's Flagstaff Lake. And there's the Bigelow Range off to the right there just a little bit. This Flagstaff Lake is a pretty good sized lake. People don't realize it, you know. You don't see that much of it from the road anywhere, but it is damn big. I've fished the whole of Flagstaff one after they first flooded it over there way back, and it was good pickle fishing. We used to come up here and pickle fish, and I guess there's salmon in it now, but I'm not so sure of that. I haven't fished it in later years, but I know we used to come up here and ice fish it too, and old fella there, he's gone now there, Jimmy Condry, he used to come up here, and we used to get a lot of them yellow perch up here. Oh my God! And he just loved making yellow perch chowder. You know, he wouldn't let us throw one of them back in the hole on the ice fishing. That was a long time ago. Okay, we're getting a little closer to Flagstaff. You can see the only big mill in Flagstaff right down there to the right there. It's a big sawmill there. You can just start seeing here. It's going to clear up a little bit better here because we're flying right by it here now, and where I'm turning it now to look out the front here where the propeller is turning right by zinc. And I'll be calming it down. We won't get so much reflection on it here pretty quick here when we get up here. But you can see how the fog is hanging in on the mountains here a little bit. And we're in a little bit of it here right now. But it will clear out here. You'll bear with me a little bit. And when we get up here where we can look these magnificent big white giants turning up here. It's going to surprise you what it's going to look like. I just swung it back down on the lake here. You can see how that winds way out through there. That's a big lake, but you don't realize how big it is. I'd come up here and do a lot of smelting here in the spring of the year. Used to, well, I'm getting a little bit too old for that now. But there's a few friends of mine that bring some smelts down from up here. They're about every spring, and I have one or two good feeds of them, and I want to thank them very much. Yeah, it's Maine is sure one beautiful state with all of its mountains, good mountain water, spring water, the lakes, the brooks that run cold with a trout in them. And hey, I've been fishing them all my life, these mountains and the lakes and the ponds. There's a better look at Flagstaff now. You can see what I'm talking about. You only see a small part of it, just narrow part here that heads up towards Eustis, from Stratton to Eustis. You don't see the big part out there in it. But we're going to fly, after we look these windmills over up here in Kibbe, we're going to fly down the back side of Flagstaff Lake, all way down there to Highland, where they want to plunk. Well, it'll be one of the biggest wind farms yet in one piece. Angus is after that permits down there and everything. And I understand they've got one test tower up there. We'll go down and see if we can find that one like I did on the other ones there. But this is a pretty good adventure coming way up here. Yeah, I can just see the windmills out there straight ahead there now. You can see them they're blurred up. You can see how far across the mountains are going. I just started looking there out the windshield because I'm holding this video up now, and I'm shining right out through the windshield there a little bit there on one corner there. You can see where the propeller is going around there. I'm going to hold it right onto them here, and you can see them start getting bigger and bigger. That little pond right there, right in the middle, right, it's got that little island in it. That is Big Jim Pond. Not Big Jim, but Jim Pond. Hey, last time I fishing, my wife and I'd go up there and camp with the old camper. We'd go up there and wait till the ice goes out. There's no kidding. And it'd be soft going in there. I carried a few plank in the back of that thing so I could get my pickup truck through where the frost was coming out, some of the slough holes there. I knew where they were in the road. I'm going to tell you, as that ice went out, and that's right full of smelts, that's deep, it's lake trout in there. Oh, it's a monstrous lake trout in there. And then there's salmon, squaretails. Oh, you can't dream of any better fishing than for the size of the pond as Jim Pond is in the spring of the year. Well, now you can look up across there. We used to go up in the starlight nights. Now you look up there now, the damn red sky. The sky's going to be all lit up with red flashing lights, and you can look up there and see them. Well, you can see how you could look up there and see them. Yeah. It sure is some beautiful mountains up here. Oh, I tell you. When we get up here where they are, we can look right over onto Lake Mechanic there in Canada. And then you got the chain of ponds right along Route 7. You got Sis Mountain there, where you can see the windmills. Sis Mountain is sort of to the left there, that little range that comes up there. I'm navigating on this thing, on this picture here. And it's the date is today is Thursday, December 2nd, and yesterday Sis Mountain got some bad news. I'll show you when we get up here. And the bad news that, look, 6 people decided that they should do the same to Sis Mountain as they're doing to this mountain here in our government. And I've been to the meetings there last winter and listened to them, and citizens come up and told them why they shouldn't be blowing all these mountains up and all this and that. I got to pay attention to what I'm yakking about here now, and you'll read about Sis Mountain in the papers. And it's a shame of what they're doing. This is just going to show you what they want all around our mountains, down there where we live. Like I showed you where all the test towers were, with Jay Cashman there, Patriot Renewable, Angus King and his little wind farm, and the big one there in Rumford there, First Wind. Over 100 of these little white giants want to be all over our mountains down in our neck of the woods, of Dixfield, Rumford, Camden, Carthage. Oh, Carthage, yeah, they're going to put the biggest ones there yet, I think, in the state of Maine. And they are the big ones. The blades are red colored on them so you can see them whirling, and they put out a lot more kilowatts than the ones that he was going to put up there because, like I said, they were quibbling, the town of Carthage, on who owned the top of Saddleback there. And so he's going to put them up anyway till this stimulus money runs out and get them up as quick as he can. But he can't put up quite so many. So he decided to buy the big ones that gives out more kilowatts. So, oh, you really get a look at these babies here that are going to be put up. Getting up towards 500 feet high, these here that he's going to put up on Saddleback. And he'll probably put the same up down on by Colonel Holman. Oh, he said he ain't going to put them on Colonel Holman, I was told. Tom Carroll told me that. They're going to leave old Colonel alone, but right next to it, their whole range, like we flew over, oh, we're going to plunk them up. And I'll bet you they're going to be the big ones there that pushing up towards 500 feet high. You'll see these here when they turn up here, the blades on them are the same color as the windmills, they're white. But these big ones there, that they got these new ones there, these big high ones, their blades are red. Half of them are painted red, so you can really see these here. Okay, you can start seeing them turning a little bit here now. We're quite a ways off them here from the air, but we will swing down close we dare to go to them. We don't want to go too close, high security there. Maybe TransCanada's got a cannon down there, blow this little plane right out of the air. I'm laughing at Zink. We're yakking back and forth on the on the microphone here on, between us here. You can see them turning there, turning. What amazes me, some of them are stuck, and the wind is blowing pretty good up here this morning. I mean, it's a little rough ride up here in the mountain. We're up in the air a little ways away from there, you can see that, but you can see the big roads, and look at the side of the roads there where they've blasted hell out of the top of this mountain and put these roads in there. Oh, it's unreal. And you see as far off you can see